Hello, collective. It is Satya. I'm back with another message, another reading. I hope you have been well. I hope you have been doing all the things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. I hope you have been enjoying every day of this month. We are in May. What is this, like mid-May now? Ooh wee, it's going by so fast. I feel like we get into a month and then boom, it's over, and it's like, man, the time really does fly, but that's how life is, That's why it really is important to enjoy every day. Don't wait until the future. Don't wait until the time is right, because you might be waiting for longer than you think, and then time is up, right? Well, I want to say welcome back, and want to encourage you to stop on my Instagram. Make sure to follow me there. I have notifications when new videos come out. I post little cutesy things. I post pictures of my babies, my little boys, and go by my Etsy shop. I've got a May discount promo code in the description box below, and you can take advantage of that all through the month of May. Get your mom a Mother's Day reading, okay? Go ahead and do that for your moms. Your moms deserves a reading. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna kick this reading off. We're gonna do a past, present, future reading, and so this is a spread that reflects and represents the energy of the recent past, the current moment, present, and the recent future. It gives influences of the past, present, future, and talks about what the challenge and opportunity that will face you in these moments. I really like this because it gives, it's a time spread, right? So it really is holistic, talking about, again, things from the past, how that may have influenced the future, and what opportunities we have coming up for the future. Okay, so for the energy of the past, we've got, let me put this right over here, we've got miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So in the past, you may have been thinking about certain things, really wishing, hoping, praying for something, to come to pass. And, again, just really expecting and hoping for a miracle, wondering if this amazing opportunity is going to present itself. In the present, we have a view from above. Get the big picture. A lot of times, I know especially for me, I can really get caught up in the details or try to work out each detail so perfectly so that the larger picture, really works. But then I get caught up in the details and I lose sight of the larger picture. And sometimes the details don't have to be perfect, right, for the larger picture to be satisfactory. And two cards flew out here for the future, and one is reaching your destination, and the other is ascending the mountain. I'll put it like that. Ascending the mountain to reach your destination, maybe. So the message for ascending the mountain is to keep going forward, right? Keep going forward. And reaching your destination is really about letting your light shine brightly. And that's really what we all want, right? And we reach the destination, when we reach our goal, when we get to the place that we want to be, we just want to let our authentic selves be. We want to be who we are. We want to let our light shine. And these little things right here, I'm using these cards for a new spread I'm developing. It's the journey of the divine feminine. So as soon as that is done, I'll bring that out and showcase that here, but that's just kind of what those are. So if we're looking at this kind of, again, from a holistic standpoint, there may have been a time in the past where things may not have been going your way, or you were really, 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 wishing, hoping for something to come to pass, and it was almost impossible, right? It was a miracle. You were hoping for a miracle. And now in the present, you've got a view of the bigger picture, right? You're no longer lost in the details. You are able to kind of move past the sticky situation, the small little obstacles and traps, the illusions, the Maya in the world, and you've got the bigger picture. And in the future, you're going to have an opportunity to really test yourself, to keep going forward, to ascend the mountain, to go up, overcome obstacles, right? Challenge yourself in order to reach your destination. So what we'll pull now are some energy cards, and this is really going to kind of reflect and represent like the influences in each of these time periods. So the two cards that came up here are the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. And this would represent the influence of the past. It gives an idea of why the past may have had, a specific energy. And if the energy of the past was expecting the wondrous to emerge, right, wishing for miracles, it might very well be that in the past, you were really having to juggle a lot of things. You were being indecisive. You had, some choices to make that were maybe very difficult, right? It could be balancing, priorities in your life. Maybe, the ups and downs, trying to be flexible where there's really no flexibility. This could be, robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is a Pentacles card, which has a lot to do with money, resources, wealth. So this could be, you were wishing for a financial miracle. This is an energy of conflict, fighting, arguments, personality clashes, ego clashes, having to sort of stand in a defensive posturing, being assertive, being territorial, struggling, opposition. And so, if this is the energy of the past, I could definitely see this again being an energy where there was a struggle to keep things aligned. There was some stress in your life. You're really juggling the responsibilities of life, juggling money, profit and loss. And again, this really does speak to like resource, managing your resources, or being unable to manage resources, time, money, those tangible resources. So this kind of does speak to money. And then the conflicts that would arise from not being able to keep that budget balance, not having enough income to then put outcome, having to rob Peter to pay Paul, individuals asking for payback, creditors calling, or someone close to you maybe getting into arguments, calling you out, kind of, being rah, 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 right? Kind of striking at you for not being able to balance, or saying, I can't do this, I can't go there because my money's tight. And the energy then of you wishing for a miracle, wishing that, expecting the wondrous to emerge. And then we've got here the Star in reverse. This is an energy of discontent, hopelessness, despair. This would represent like the challenge that you're facing in the present moment, right? Because we went from past to present. And so this is very much an energy of a lack of faith, kind of, being stuck in a pattern, stuck in a ritual, stuck in a habit that is bored, no creativity, no inspiration, feeling hopeless. And then there's a couple that popped out here. Whoop. This is the Moon I'm sorry, the moon here. Can you see that? Yeah, the moon. This is an energy of things that are hidden, things that have not yet kind of brought themselves to light, but this came out in reverse. And so this is very much about releasing fears, trying to regain a sense of composure. The moon, again, it represents things that are hidden, things that are vague. It represents, possible deception or misunderstanding. And so when it's in reverse, it could also mean that we're gaining some sort of illumination, or we're deceiving ourselves, right? If the moon is talking about things that are hidden, we could be talking about hiding things from ourselves. And if we pair these two, the star in reverse and the moon in reverse, this could really feel and speak to an energy of not fully having moved out of this wishing for a miracle stage, right? Not having fully done the work and feeling hopeless, full of despair, focusing on the negative, and as opposed to understanding maybe how we have contributed to, this situation we're in. We are hiding that from ourselves, right? This could also have an energy of feeling hopeless and feeling despair, feeling uninspired. And as we start to get the bigger picture, releasing that, right? So this could be sort of like the transition point from here, and the star in reverse kind of being the leftover, right? The leftover part of the past, and the moon in reverse starting to be the beginning part of the future, where we have let this go, where we are releasing the fear, where we are now regaining our composure. And through that transition from this, the star over here, and this and our future, we are now able to gain the bigger picture and bring some light illumination. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get some energy for the future, and 2 popped out right away, 3 popped out. This is an energy of the 6 of Cups, which is nostalgia, childhood memories, things from the past, kindness, goodwill, simplicity, immaturity, but in a youthful, childlike innocence way, right? This is returning to your roots. And then we had the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is big problems, feeling, overwhelmed, kind of resigned to fate, resigned to the situation at hand, beating a dead horse, feeling stuck, bound to your obligations, right? Having all these problems and you just feel like they're never going to stop. And this is the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is very much a energy of gossip, lies, malicious discussions, someone who puts others down, someone who uses their words to hurt. So this is a difficult past, present, future reading. I think what this is saying, especially here in the present, this represents the challenge or the opportunity that you have, and should you not overcome the challenge, right? If you don't face this opportunity, this is what you can expect in the future, right? So if we're kind of piecing these 3 cards together, this is an energy of again, kind of the future with the Six of Cups. This is about returning to your roots. This is about the past. This is about family, charity, support. This is memories. This is childhood. So this could speak to the past where, right, if you don't overcome this challenge of hopelessness, despair, if you don't find the opportunity to release these fears, move forward, right, get the bigger picture about whatever the problem is, you might move into the future, and the future is reminiscent of the past with the Six of Cups. And the past, if it's, your childhood, or if this is talking about this past, right, the recent past, it might mean that you return back to this financial unstable, insecure stage of life. If by chance you grew up in a very humble household or a very impoverished household, I think what this is saying, and again, right, if you don't come out of this mismanagement, bad budgeting of money, right, get the larger picture about you being able to change your the way that you manage money, you being able to, take control of how you spend your money, you might move into a way where the past, right, returning to your roots of financial instability, having insurmountable money problems, right, beating a dead horse, robbing Peter to pay Paul, but Paul don't have any money, and Peter don't have no money either, so how you gonna rob Peter to pay Paul if Peter don't have no pennies? What? Bars. And then over here, right, with the Queen of Wands, someone who can't be trusted, someone, gossiping, loss, misery. This is very much an energy of the truth hurts, right? The Queen of Swords is going to tell you exactly what is the truth. And in the upright, it's going to be, head over heart. It might not be what you want to hear, because it's all about analysis, intelligence, making the right decision. But in the reverse, it's that same energy, but very sharp, very painful to hear, right? And so I think this is really giving an energy of learn from your past, right? You have an opportunity to either stay feeling helpless about money, to stay, focusing on the fact that maybe you don't have the job you want, maybe you're unemployed, maybe you're not making enough, continuing to overspend, right? Not managing, not putting in the work, and not doing what it is you're supposed to be doing, not looking at the bigger picture. And then moving into a situation where the mountain you have to ascend is going to be very, very difficult. You're going to struggle, right? You're going to be resigned to always having to do an uphill battle. And it's going to take you quite a long time to reach your destination, which in this case, especially like coming out of this new moon in Taurus, right? Which was really about looking at habits, spending habits, looking at how we spend our time, our money, our energy, and making sure that we've created a solid structure. We've created a solid plan. We have a good framework down so we don't wear ourselves down and go down the wrong path. I think this is speaking to this very, very much. So the opportunity that you have right here is to either do the stars in reverse or the moon in reverse. Star in reverse, again, is focusing on the negative, focusing on lack, not feeling like, you have any power or control, or to focus in on the moon and release those fears, unveil those secrets, right? Get rid of that anxiety, regain composure, stop deceiving yourself. That is your challenge. That is your opportunity. And if you can rise to the challenge, you can overcome you know, this obstacle that's in front of you, look at that, then you'll be able to move on. You'll be able to move away from things that no longer serve you. You will be able to see you'll be able to see the truth. You'll be able to look for the truth, right? Self-analysis, self-discovery, letting go, traveling, right? If you do not, we should put this kind of down here, right? If you do not rise to the challenge, this is what you can expect. If you do rise from the challenge, you'll be able to move away from these bad spending habits. You'll be able to move to an area, move to a situation where you have abundance, where you have prosperity, where you have fertility, where you can use what you've got to make more of what you want. You'll be able to be in the energy of the Seven of Swords. Now, typically this is, right, making a break for it, kind of lies, trickery, cheating. But this is also like strategic thinking, strategic moving, right? Knowing the challenge, knowing your enemy, so to speak, and being resourceful, strategic, conscious, flexible, and being able to sort of make the most of an opportunity. And get what you need to get what you want to get, and get out of there unscathed. So I think this is definitely speaking to the fact that if you are able to kind of continue, you know, down this path where you are spending irresponsibly, right? If you're able to continue down this path where you are just hoping for miracles, you're hoping for miracles. Please let me win the lottery. Please let my, somebody send me a bunch of money for my birthday, right? You're hoping for someone else to solve this problem here. Hoping for a miracle. You're wishing for a miracle, right? You're not wishing to do the work. You're hoping for some miraculous thing to happen and sweep you off your feet and out of your problems. But here, this is saying absolutely not. You can continue to be hopeless and focus on the negative and hope for a miracle, or you can release these things that no longer work for you. You can look yourself in the face. You can get the bigger picture and see that you co-created this financial problem that you're in, Satya. And you can rise to the challenge and be able to move away from financial insecurity, your budget being all messed up, self-limitations, and you're going to be able to learn the lesson, right? You're going to be able to learn the lesson. You're going to be able to see what you've been doing wrong, strategically plan on how to make it right, and get out of there without falling into bankruptcy, without getting your car repossessed, without having your house foreclosed on, without getting evicted from your apartment, blah, 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 and move into a position of abundance. And on this side, right, the positive side, you're ascending the mountain. You're learning budgeting. You're learning financial management skills. Maybe you're ascending the mountain because you've been able to put up a little bit of savings and now you invest your money. So your money is working for you as you just live your life. As you sleep, you're making money and you're able to finally reach your destination of financial security and stability. Or you fail to get the bigger picture and you return to your roots. You return back to the past, robbing Peter to pay Paul, transferring money to this account, pulling it into that account to spend it from there, then having to pull from savings and watching your money dwindle, being overburdened and resigned to feeling like you're never going to make it, you're never going to have any money, you're never going to be able to buy a house, you're never going to be able to pay your car note off, blah, 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 and having to face the very hard truth as the Queen of Swords, cutting, painful words that are the truth, but really, really, really hurt because you know better. You knew better, but you didn't do better. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can't get, oh, well, this kind of jumped out. I'm going to put it back in and see if we get it again. So we'll pull a little bit of cards here, and then we'll get some oracle cards. But again, I think this is really speaking to that new moon and Taurus energy. Really having to look at our, look at what we're doing. Look at our habits. Look at our patterns. Look at what we're doing in our life with our time, energy, resources, and deciding if we're making the most of it. Are we making the most of it? Right? Are we doing what we know is in our power to create stability, to create harmony and peace in our lives? And if we are, great. If we're not, then it's time to make some changes. And we got some cards that flipped over in here. So already we see Temperance, the Hanged Man, and the Moon. This is Judgment, loss, self-victimization. Damn, I hate when I get dragged by the cards. Look, so what I'm trying to tell you is, don't worry, I got bad budgeting habits too. Okay. I be out here spending money like it's just gonna be in my bank account tomorrow. Like it just goes from out to in. And it don't. Broke ass. So again, I think this is really talking to and speaking to the fact that we have to start really doing the shadow work, right? The moon is here. Here's the moon. We need to start looking at ourselves, looking at the truth, right? And doing the work. This is your challenge. This is your opportunity to do the work, right? And ascend. The world means completing cycles, finishing things that need to be finished, opening doors that need to be opened, and moving forward, right? Cycles ending, cycles beginning. Nothing ever stays the same. But in essence, we want to ascend, right? The shadow work that we do, we want to end up, right? Ascending, going higher. Closing out these cycles of overspending and financial insecurity, and ascend into a place where we have that sense of security. I think this is speaking to the view from above, right? Get the bigger picture. Just breathe. Take a look at what the bigger picture is, right? Surrender to what it is we know needs to be done. Gain a different perspective. We need to start looking at things a different way. What we've been doing, what we've been thinking, how we've been managing money has not been working. That's why we broke asses. And so now it's time to move away from loss, right? This is the 5 of Cups coming right before the 6 of Cups, right? This is speaking to loss, feeling left out in the cold, right? Knowing that we had an opportunity, but we didn't make the right choice. And now we're upset about it. That is this loss. This is what is going to happen if we don't do the shadow work. And we're going to be in an energy of self-victimization, feeling like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to, And this is exactly what the 10 of Swords and the Queen of Swords is trying to tell us, right? You are headed towards an ass whooping, insurmountable problems, beating a dead horse, resigned to fate. And the Queen of Swords is going to turn around, look you right in the eye and say, but you did this to yourself. This is your problem. You designed this problem. You accepted this problem. You dug your heels in and you fought to be here. So this is no one's fault but your own, right? And that is a very hard, let's put that down there a little bit. That's a very hard truth to swallow. When you feel victimized and taken advantage of, and there ain't nobody else around except you. And then you have to face the fact that you did this to you, right? And I've been there before myself, 100%. Made some silly choices, did some stupid things, hung out with the wrong people at the wrong place, the wrong time, or the right place, the right time, depending on what you want, you know, and ended up in a situation that didn't work out for me. And then I'm looking around like, I can't believe you did this to me. You who? Oh, you me. Me. You mean me, Satya. Yeah. And so I think, you know, Spirit is really trying to convey the idea that it's time to get the bigger picture. It's time to breathe, surrender to doing the work, time to tighten up those pocket strings or tighten the belt up or whatever saying you want to add to it. But it is time to make some changes. And as you see, I haven't bought any sage. I haven't bought any new stuff. I'm still using my incense. I'm still using what I got. So I'm trying, but it's hard out here for a pimp. It's hard out here for a reader, because there's always new decks to buy. Oh man, look at that. Prickly thicket. It's a sticky situation. Thorn in your side. We're taking some heat. Right? This is now our fault. We're looking at a pathway, go left or go right. And this card is saying it's a sticky situation, but you're gonna take some heat. Fork this. You may just be forked. Say fork it and move on. It's really forking crazy. I think this is, you know, again, speaking to the fact like, dang, this is crazy. I'm doing this to myself. I need to get a grip, right? Fork this thorn in my side. But heads up, think before reacting, right? Face the truth. This speaks very, very much to the message of the new moon in Taurus. If you haven't already checked out that video, please do. It's going to tell you, it's going to speak to this, right? Reassessing patterns, reassessing habits, looking at how we're spending our resources. And if the way we are currently spending our resources is being done in a way that's going to bring back, right? Investing in the right area to bring back benefit, to bring harmony, to bring peace, to bring stability, security, or if the way we are spending our resources is only going to continue to create instability, insecurity, whether it's financial insecurity, as we spoke of here, whether it's, instability, insecurity in our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, and the relationships that we have with other people outside of ourselves. But this is a wake-up call. It is telling us it's time for a change. If you do the work and you make a change, you can expect a change. You can expect to eventually make it out, semi-unscathed into a Queen of Pentacles energy. Or you're gonna, shit's gonna go left, okay? And you're gonna be in a 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse energy. And the mountain that we have to climb, if we do the work, is going to be changing our budget, changing our spending habits. Our destination is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. If we choose not to do the work, or we don't, again, do that shadow work, that final approach, the ascending the mountain, is going to be the same mountain we've been going up and up and up and up, right? It's the Prometheus. Every day the eagle eats his liver, only for at night it to be regrown back, and the next day the eagle to return. Sisyphus pushing the rock up the mountain, only to reach the top and have it roll right back down. That's going to be our mountain. We're going to be resigned to this fate of being bad with money, and our destination is going to be the truth being pushed right up to our face, that we did this to ourselves, and what we have, that feeling of loss, has been self-imposed. Well, I heard this message and I'm not going to go to Target this afternoon. Okay, I hope that you have heard this message and stay your ass away from Target this afternoon. Oh, Lord. Thank you so much for coming on this video. I hope this has brought you a level of understanding, clarity, guidance, advice. I hope this has encouraged you to take a look at your budget and spend wisely. I hope that you check out my Instagram. I hope that you stop by my Etsy page. And look, if you gotta spend money, okay, spend it on a reading with me, okay? How about that? I am wishing you guys peace, love, and blessings. Bye, collective.